Okay, so hello again, my friends, and it's a beautiful day this morning. Started out a bit misty and drizzly, but we've got a little bit of sun breaking through at the moment in the forest here. And I'm back up at the first location that I found for the trail cam, the rock pile with the little dens, where I saw the martens on the trail cam. And I'm not entirely sure, although my inclination is towards Beech Marten or Stone Marten, whichever you prefer, rather than Pine Marten, judging by the coloration of it's got a lighter body, darker tail. It looks a little bit smaller than the Pine Marten, and it's also got the white front, which rules out the European polecat. All those things are the only things that I could distinguish on the trail cam. The footage wasn't that great. But so I actually had a really good look at those two clips, which I'll show you now, from the trail cam. They were over 2 nights, consecutive nights, and they were both at pretty much the same time, around about midnight. The animals came along. Now, whether they're a mated pair or whether they're siblings from last year's brood is anyone's guess. But I'm not sure. You see, Beech Martens, they don't tend to, they don't make their own dens. They usually go into crevices such as this, between boulders or under trees, hollows. And they tend not to necessarily, unless they're brooding over their litter, they don't tend to keep to the same shelter overnight. So they might just wander from one area to the next within their territory, finding shelter as they go for the daylight hours. And this might just be one of them. So it's no guarantee that they'll be there during the nights that I leave the camera trap set here. And so, yeah, I was saying, I had a look at the footage from the trail cam, and I noticed them go up I'm not sure that they were using the little dens here at all, but they were investigating the area, and then they shot off round the back. And on the video with the 2 of them, you can actually see that they came from down to the right, and they came up through here. So those are my thoughts about this location. Now, before I do set up the camera trap here, I thought I'm going to head up to the location that I found last, with the big boulders and the network of little dens and caves, and check the trail cam there, see if it's recorded anything over the last couple of nights, to see if that might make for a better location than this one. And if it doesn't, then we'll come back down and set the camera trap up here. Okay, so I shall catch up with you at the other trail cam. I can't see that anything has been recorded on this. Okay, so there's nothing on this one. Okay, I'll just let that run for the next few days, and then we'll go down to the rock pile and see if we can find a spot for the camera trap. Okay, so I'm back up at the rock pile. And you can see the den just here, and there's another one just there, and there's one just over this boulder here on the other side. And the difficulty with this location is that there is a trail which goes past just behind the camera. So I have to be quite careful about how I position it, and I'm going to have to camouflage it really well. finally managed to get that triggering, and basically I had to set it up near the entrance, and what I'll do is I'll cover it in leaf litter to camouflage it a little bit, and now I just have to camouflage these things. That's pretty much done. I'll just talk you through my setup. I got one flash up in the tree here, on the branch, doing a general light over the whole rock face here. And then I've got my camera down here underneath this leaf pile that I've camouflaged so that it's not visible, at least as much as possible, from the track here, in case people should come up with their dogs and what have you, but you can see it from this side. This still should be visible down there, hopefully. And then I've got the one flash there, so it's a head-on. And then I've got buried under the leaves here, just in front of the opening, I've got the actual sensor, so that only if something comes out of there or approaches it to investigate, then it'll trigger, and hopefully that'll produce a result if the trail cam videos anything to go up. I'll also, before I leave, set up the trail cam here and by the other stream on the other side, like I mentioned before. This is the other location I mentioned, which is on the other side of the rock pile, and you can see this beautiful stream here that comes through the forest up here. It's absolutely lovely. I don't know if I even showed it to you there because I can't see the screen properly. And down here is the log that I said crosses the stream. There's two logs, in fact, and gets over to the other side. So I'm thinking maybe the little martens might use this to get across. We'll see. So I'll put a trail cam up on this tree, which has a good view over this log, and then we'll see if anything happens with that. Sabi, stay this side, don't trigger the camera now. Okay, so that'll be it for the moment, and then hopefully in a few days I'll come back and we'll have a result on the camera trap, so I shall see you then. I've just left the car and I'm on the hike back up through the woods to the camera trap to see if managed to capture anything over the last few nights. Bit of a slow progress, because a few minutes after I finished my last piece to camera, when I was setting up that last trail cam, I slipped on a rock that was covered by leaves and fell backwards over my knee, twisting it really badly. And it's been rather painful. Scared the hell out of me, because a couple of years ago I did my other knee and ended up tearing my meniscus and having to have that removed. So I was in a mild panic that I'd done something similar, but thankfully it seems to be just a strain, and 3 days on it's much better, though I'm still favouring it a bit. So probably take me twice as long to walk up the hill as normal. So trying to be really careful about it this time, because it is so slippery here with all these fallen leaves. Anyways, I shall catch up with you at the camera trap, and hopefully we've recorded something. So I shall see you up there. I've just arrived up at the rock pile at my camera trap, and thankfully it looks like it's all there still. My goodness, I've had such anxiety about it, leaving it in this location. Oh, so at least it's all still there. And fingers crossed now, there's something on it. I can see that the sensor has actually been disturbed slightly, which, fingers crossed, means that there was an animal here. Or it could be just the wind and the rain has moved things around. So I shall have a quick look and see what we see. So bear with me. Let's just check if it's still triggering. Well, there's a leaf in front of it. So one of the flashes is still going, I think. Yeah. Okay, let's have a quick look. It means taking down all this camo, but I'll just set it up again. Sabi, come out the way, boy. Go on, over there. Go play over there. I suppose what I should have done is actually check the trail cam first. But I'm too keen. Well, there's one of the dog, there's one of me. It's 29 shots. A lot during the setup. Ah, I think I have something. Yep. I have a little Beech Marten. It's a little bit distant. I got one shot of him face on. He looked at the camera and then he disappeared. And then there's a bunch of images of us arriving now. Okay, so two shots basically. One is a decent enough shot of the little Beech Marten's face, and the other as he's running away. So what I think I might do is actually change the location, and because again he went off up the back there, and I might put it over on the other side. I'll go and check the other trail cam as well and see if that recorded anything, the one I positioned looking over the logs over the stream. Maybe we'll have more success up there, seeing as that seems to be a regular route, and I might have more luck actually placing the sensor in a better position there as well. Because whilst I had a good position here for camera and flashes and everything, I had a terrible position for the sensor. So let's go and investigate that and see what we can do. Okay, so I've finished setting up the camera trap, the second position that I was keen to try, which is basically as you look at the rock pile and you see the martens, they were going over the back. So I've set it up so it would be facing them as they come over. So this is the rocks back here. So this is the route that they would come up, and the camera trap is down by the tree here, camouflaged. So again, the camouflage is not necessarily for the Beech Martens. It's more a case of hiding it from any walker that might come up this way and spot it. Yeah, I've got one flash set up as well further down to try and give a little bit more depth to the photo. I've got it illuminating the rock back here. So it's set down here on the side, looking back up this way. And then behind me here on the ground, I have the other flash set up to give sort of part front, part side lighting to the Marten as he comes up, hopefully. And then I've got the trail cam on the tree as well here, surveying the whole scene. I've also set up another trail cam on one of the logs down here, looking up the stream, because when I was reviewing the footage on one of the trail cams, I saw that there was a little creature. I don't know what it was. It could be a mink even. It was very dark. It barely picked it up, the trail cam, but it was a little animal, weasel-like, mink-like. It could even be a Beech Marten. It was just not well lit. Going up in the stream itself. So I thought I'd give that a go as well and see if there's anything in the stream that's foraging for food in the water itself. So yeah, so that's all set up, and I'll be back in a few days. Hopefully everything will be here, and hopefully we'll have some decent images again. So I shall catch up with you then. Okay, so there's nothing on here, which probably means there's nothing on the camera trap either. I'll check it anyway, and I'll check the other trail cam in a second as well. So let's see. Okay, so the camera was still firing. The flashes were firing. But you can see the lens is really misted up at first glance. So I'll just remove all this camouflage that I put on it. And we'll check if this has picked up something that the trail cam couldn't pick up. But even if it did, I'm very scared that the lens is so misted and full of rain. We've had such a lot of rainfall the last few days that I have a feeling that it won't have recorded anything anyway. Let's put that away. I think regardless of whether I have or haven't caught anything on camera, I'll pack it up from here and try a different location again. Okay, so there's 24 shots of so far me and the dog. Oh, there's some nighttime ones. No. There's 2 nighttime ones, but they weren't illuminated. And then it's me coming and recovering the camera now, so there's nothing really on it. Let's just check this nighttime one again. Can't really see that there's anything on it. And that one's totally black. Okay. So yeah, I can't see that it's recorded anything. So I'll break it all down and put some new batteries in and see if I can find another location up by the big boulders and the little warren of caves I found up there, and see if we have any more luck up there. Although I shall check the trail cam down there that's on the river and see if that might have produced anything. So back in a moment. Okay, so I just checked on the trail cam that I left on the log here overlooking the stream, and again, no luck, nothing was on it at all. So I think I will quit this location. It's not proved as fruitful as I hoped, and I shall give one more go up the hill at the little warren of dens that I found near the big boulders up there. I'll give that a go for a few days, my last few days here before I go down to Athens again for Christmas. So I shall leave you with a single picture that I did manage to get of the little Beech Marten, and I shall hope to catch up with you in the next video setting up the boulders there. I won't keep it in this one because otherwise this video will just get too long. So if you've lasted this long and watching along with me, thank you so much, and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now.